We've been here before. Oh, my wobbler just broke. Hey! So, I got the Miata back after track day and noticed that there was a little bit more of a clicking sound, popping sound when I would press on the accelerator. And I noticed that it kind of got better, not as noticeable, when the car would be heated up, especially after taking it on the highway. And to me, that's saying that my exhaust manifold gaskets are on their way out. So that is what I'll be tackling today. We'll see if I am correct about that by the end of the video. I really hope I am, because I don't really know what else it could be. It could be that the manifold itself could be failing. If that's the case, I've got a spare one already. But I'm going to start with the gaskets. So I've got them right here. And it's interesting. Never done exhaust manifold gaskets before. They come in sets of 2. And at first I was like, oh man, I'm getting a BOGO on this boy. That's not the case. You actually need 2 of them. One for the manifold side and then one for the block side. So we'll see how that goes. I imagine that they just kind of click together, and that's about it, so let's go give it a shot. Oh yeah, you remember the oil leak that I had from the trunk? I still haven't cleaned it up in the back yet. It's gotten a lot worse. But I just need to put some paper towels down there and go to work, maybe power wash it a little bit. But let's get the hood popped. Alright, so now's probably a good time to give you a rundown on the Miata's exhaust and kind of how it's set up. It's super simple, just like everything in the Miata. So we took off some of our intake components here, as you just saw, and then this is the manifold itself. It's got 14mm bolts. And so yeah, there's 2 gaskets that go there. And then down here funnels down into the singular pipe, and there's another gasket that goes here. I did replace that already, so I don't think it's leaking from there. And then underneath the car, there's 2 more gaskets that kind of go on either side of the catalytic converter, and then the rest of the exhaust goes out the back. I replaced, let's see, there's technically 4 gaskets total, 4 gasket locations. There's the manifold, the part where the manifold connects to the rest of the exhaust, and then there's 2 others that go on either side of the catalytic converter, at least that I have personally dealt with on this car, and majority of those have been replaced. There's 1 gasket that is on the other side of the catalytic converter. It's more towards the back of the car, and I can tell it's leaking from the front of the car. At least I hope that's where it's leaking. Over here we have the old engine, which we're pretty sure spun a bearing when it was out at the track, but it's nice because I can compare a whole bunch of different parts from the old engine to the new engine. If you haven't checked out the engine swap series on this, definitely check it out. But we can see here, yeah, this is 2 gaskets. They're just very sandwiched together, but they go on just like that. Oh. Well, that's fun. My wobbler just broke. Well, that is the old one. As you guys saw with that last bolt towards the back of the engine, it was giving me a lot of trouble, and I actually lost the nut. The nut just flew off into the stratosphere. It did not fall to the bottom of the car, so I was getting ready to go to Ace Hardware, pick up a new nut, but then I forgot that I have a ton of them from the old exhaust, the old manifold. Just over here. Just over here in this box. So, I will find one in there. Okay, messed up the first time doing this, but this thinner one goes against the actual block, and this thicker one goes against the manifold, like your actual exhaust. So, here we go again. There we go. There. I got the exhaust manifold back on with the gaskets on there, and I'm a little bit out of breath. I know it'd be way easier to do this when you have the exhaust system kind of taken apart, because if you do it the way that I'm doing it, you're like trying to maneuver kind of the entire exhaust, so a little bit more heavy lifting involved, but at least you don't have to take apart your entire exhaust using this method. But it's on there, which is great. One thing to be aware of. So, again, if you're taking the same approach, you've got your coolant line here that runs down and around. And there's this little flange, you can see it right there, and it goes on one of the exhaust manifold bolts. And it's really easy. That thing just really wants to slip right between there at the bottom. So make sure you don't pinch that in there when you're doing this. Okay, final thing I'm going to do is torque it down to about 34 foot-pounds based on what I can find online, and then we can start putting everything back together. Ow, god damn it. We've been here before. Okay, now that it is all put back together, it's time to do a startup with the new exhausts. I'm not going to be surprised if it sounds a little loud in the beginning, and I'm also not going to be surprised if we see some kind of smoking, because exhaust gaskets will do that sometimes. So let's give it a start. Yeah, like I said, there's gonna be some smoke, so it'll probably take a few cycles for that smoke to actually evacuate and for the gaskets to calm themselves. But it's sounding quieter already, which is good. Alright, we're gonna take it for a quick spin. Pretty damn quiet. So that didn't quite solve it. I think there's another leak elsewhere in the exhaust, kind of towards the front though, for sure. So a little bit more investigation needed there. But hey, now we got new exhaust manifold gaskets, so that's a win regardless. So hopefully you found this video helpful or entertaining in some way. If you did, I would really appreciate a like or a subscribe or both. But as a reminder, I upload every single Sunday, and I'll see you in the next one.